Peace and blessings to everybody out there. This is Zen Davis with another video. Thanks for tuning in. Um, I was requested by a subscriber to do a video on being a homebody, the challenges or the scrutiny and criticism that you get from being a homebody. Now, of course, that subject is subjective. So in order to convey my particular message, I will have to discuss my particular case and see if it's relatable or applicable to your case. First and foremost, it's all about your temperament, you know, pertaining to being a homebody. Like if you're outgoing, gregarious, loquacious, extroverted, then chances are you're not going to be a homebody. Chances are you're going to be a social butterfly. And social butterflies don't like to spend the majority of their time at home. They like to be out and about, going on adventures and meeting new people and focusing their mental stimulation on outward things. So most homebodies are the introverted type, the cerebral types, laconic types, reserved. Those are the homebody types. And me personally, I like to spend the majority of my time at home because I'm very cerebral. I'm in my head. And I find what's in my mind very entertaining. So I don't get bored. You see, most people who get bored easily will not stay at home. You see what I mean? But if you find yourself very interesting, then you won't get bored. You know, because I put my focus on self-improvement. I put my focus on being creative. I put my focus on trying to figure out the intricacies of life, trying to figure out why am I here? Why is the world the way it is? Who created all this? And why did, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to figure things out. And in order to do that, I had to sequester myself from society 80% of my time. You see, because I have to go to school, I have to go grocery shopping, I have to, you know, go to work, things like that. And to me, that's draining. So after all that's done, I have to be at home alone, or with another person. It doesn't matter, long as it's not a big social group, social settings. Now, a lot of people don't get people like that, you know. So you will receive labels such as eccentric, weird, strange, socially awkward, black sheep, what else? Underachiever. You will be labeled those things. But it shouldn't bother you because is different. Like I had when I meet girls and I date, you know, they want to go here, they want to go there, they want to meet, they want to introduce you to their friends, they want to introduce you to their parents, they want you to go here, they want you to go there. And when you're a homebody, when you're a homebody, that could create a significant challenge. Because then you're forced to be like, I cannot go. You're forced to decline the invitation. Now, on occasion, you will oblige, but if you're a homebody, you would think of excuses as to why you cannot go to these certain places. And Some people just not trying to hear it. you know, they'll get upset with you. They'll get mad at you. Even your buddies, you know what I mean? I had a best friend back in the day, and he was very extroverted. He was very outgoing. He was a womanizer. He was all about social status. He was all about how people thought of him. That's because he had low self-esteem. When you receive validation, when the way you feel about yourself come from external sources, that means you have very low self-esteem. In order to feel good about yourself, other people have to see you in a certain light. So people like that spend 90% of their time trying to please other people. You see? But when you know your self-worth, you really don't care what other people think about you because you know who you are. But he was an extrovert. He wanted to always go to clubs, want to always go to bars, want to always go here, want to always go there. And I used to do it. I tried to fake being an extrovert before, and it is very tiresome. If you're not an extrovert and you're trying to be one, that it will exhaust you. It's just not in your neural wiring. You're not wired like that. And I tried being an extrovert for a long time, and that shit is just not. I'm just not capable of doing it. You know what I mean? Like it's. And kudos to those who can. Kudos to those who can. Kudos to people who can do that. I used to envy those people. I used to envy extroverts until we had this introvert explosion because introversion and extroversion was rarely even discussed. It's just until recently people are starting to talk about extroversion and introversion. And once, that exploded on the scene, I felt pride in being an introvert. I always knew that I was different. I just didn't know anything about introversion and extroversion. And introversion is definitely inextricably tied to being a homebody because most introverts like to be at home on the couch with a book or watching Discovery Channel or some shit. You understand? But you will be scrutinized unjustifiably by those people who don't accept that you have a certain personality trait. But it shouldn't impede your ability to have a sustainable relationship. People just need to compromise and understand that everybody's different. I hope this answered your question. I hope this video is conducive. I hope this video is beneficial. But that's my interpretation of being a homebody. I read a lot of books. I'm intellectual. I'm always thinking. I disdain trivial conversations. If a conversation lacks sustenance, I will not engage. Unless you are a close confidant, a close companion, a close friend that I trust, then I let my guards down and I'll talk about the weather, sports. Small talk is what they call it. But other than that, I'm deep. Most people who are homebodies are, unless you're a gamer, there's different versions of homebody. You got people who like to sit at home on the couch, play games all day, watch sitcoms, live their life vicariously through the television or some type of gaming system, unproductive, but then you got homebodies who, some people work from home. You dig what I mean? So there are different variations of being a homebody. If you're a homebody who's creative, homebodies who's philosophical, that's what's up. But if you're a homebody who's just a gamer, who's just, wasting valuable time, that's a different type of homebody. But that's one's not bad and one's not good. If you find pleasure in sitting on the couch, living your life vicariously through a TV screen, if you find that pleasurable and it's not hurting anybody, then hey, who am I to say that's invaluable? Who am I to say that? You know, it's all about perception. Zen Davis, I'm out.